We are live. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone is well tonight, or today, wherever you are. It's the evening time in the UK. Thank you for joining me. You have a very special show today with a returning guest, a sister from this Ummah, aka Muslimah. How are you, sister? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate and thank you so much. I really like to be always in your show. And today it's gonna be a really good topic to talk, and I
Yeah.
hope you all are excited for it. It's really thank you so much.
Yes, inshallah it will be. The last time we spoke was a few months back now. It was a while now.
Yeah.
It was very positive. It was such a nice live, and I like talking to you, and you're such a nice, humble person. But as you know, since then the world is sort of turned upside down, with everything going on with the oppression of our people in Palestine because of the IDF. And you, like myself and other Muslim content creators, have been very vocal about getting the truth out there to oppose the evil and deceptive propaganda that the Zionist supremacists are putting out. It's so one-sided when you watch, but I don't really watch the news, but when I go online and I see people put stuff up, it's so one-sided. So it's nice that, Muslim content creators are fighting and voicing for Palestine. And I'd say one person that has profited quite a lot from this sort of war and the ongoing massacre of Palestinians is Piers Morgan. Despite him being an opportunist and benefiting from the situation, you have to give him credit because he does put on, Muslim voices on his platform so that we can still have a voice. Which is better than what Western media has done. But in recent weeks, I don't know if you've been watching, but it's sort of becoming clear that he has sort of his own way of pushing sort of the Zionist propaganda, and it's sort of he's saying like the repetitive slogans and stereotypical labeling of Muslims, and it's very obvious that he's very pro-Israel. What do you think of Piers Morgan? And the fact that he asks everyone, do you condemn Hamas? But he never asks anyone to condemn the IDF, and refuses to condemn the IDF himself. What do you think of what he's doing?
So, I think personally, I think he work for them, because I don't know, but I know that the Zionists, they have everything. They have everything in this world. They have everything. As you can see, as we have to do the boycott, we have to do the boycott of almost everything. So they have everything. So, so they own everything. They are in power of everything. So I think if he will say something, of course, he say some stuff that it's with the Palestinian, that he have been through all these years supporting the Palestinian and everything. Yeah, but if it comes this situation now, it's a big thing that it happened, So he cannot say nothing. I think he cannot say nothing, because if he will say something, he will lose his job. He will lose his job, his career, all his life. Maybe he will be threatened on his personal life and everything. So I think it's more like this, and he don't want to lose. If you are a non-Muslim, you love this life, so you don't want to lose nothing in this life. And even some Muslims, I cannot say like it's just the non-believers, but also some Muslims, they are like this. But subhanallah, it's really, this is what I think. I think that he's under control. It's normal. It's of so many people like this. And so many people, they got threatened if they talk about Palestine.
Yeah.
Especially so big, and he has so much influence on people. So it will bring a lot of change if he will say, okay, I condemn the IDF, and it's done. He will have no more show to do. And it will be done. This is what I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that he is. I don't know if it's fear or if it's, like you said, he just likes, the life that he's living. So he's going to continue to have sort of an agenda.
But you are right. Maybe he's also fearing because of his family and his kids. He have also kids and everything. So I think also he fears. It can
Maybe.
be. It can be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. There's a clear prejudice when he uses some language. For instance, he'll say Hamas is labeled as an extremist group. Let's just say they are. But peers in the Western media, they refuse to label the IDF as an extremist group, despite the fact that the IDF have carried out more attacks on a daily basis. Why do
Yeah.
you think that? Okay, so if they want to condemn Hamas, they want to say Hamas is an extremist group, but why don't they also say the IDF is the same? Why do you think they're so hell-bent against not saying that?
Like, I think it's the same. If he will say that he will condemn the IDF, it will be like finish. His show will not continue. And also, what I think, like, why people they don't say. Also, I don't agree that Hamas is an extremist group. I see Hamas as a resistance, fighters. This
Yes.
is what I see, and this is now clear, and this is since the beginning. I will not condemn them, and now what we also see is that we see all the time more lies and more lies that Israel is making. For example, of the 7th October. Now I saw people saying that it was not even Hamas. Maybe they just wanted to go and bring the hostages, but the attack in itself, it was from Israel. So I saw some people saying this. So they say it's facts. I don't know really the sources about it. We have always to see the sources from where it
Yes.
comes. But these lies have been on and on and on and on and on. And this is just to put then the Hamas, right? Who are they? They are fighting for them people, and this is what I believe. And of course, like, if you see from since the beginning, and also what I see, it's like they now just put the focus on the 7th October, but this is just...
Yes. This has been like 8 decades long. It's been like such a long time. This has been happening, what, 80 years or something?
Yeah, almost 80 years. And like, also, if I don't understand, but if Piers, he say he have been these years all saying like he was pro, like, with the Palestinian and talking about that, so why he's now focused on the 7th October? If he knows it will come a time that people, they will fight against the occupation, it has to be there a time. It has to come a time that no more occupation and no more this genocide. This is so horrible. How can you just 7 October and you live like a genocide for 75 years minimum happening? So it has to be there a resistant group or fighters who will fight against this occupation. I will think, like, and also I see why people, they don't see this and go to help. Also this is also horrible. I cannot see it, and I just think like, oh my God, how can not just Muslims, not just the Muslim countries, but everywhere in the world,
Any country.
why they don't go to send them army and help Palestine? Why? We see it clearly. It's clearly they are the terrorists and they are the bad ones, and it's done. It's done. For me, it's done.
Yeah, I think the reason why a lot of countries don't get involved is because the UK and the USA are big countries. They're part of, they're sort of in with Israel. So I think a lot of the smaller countries are like, well, if we get involved, well, then we get attacked. It's so much fear involved, and what everybody wanting to protect themselves, unfortunately. And some Muslim countries are actually in with Israel as well, from what we've seen. They are also part of what's going on. So it's not all black and white. I think people think that it's very much, people should see these videos and feel a certain way. Unfortunately, the world is full of evil people, and this proves it, and you'd think that we would have learned after, we've had 2 wars, World War I and World War II. We've had other things that have happened since then, and you'd think that we would have learned, but human beings are always the same. They are very selfish, and they only think about themselves, and it's sad. I agree. When I see videos and pictures, it's very difficult, especially as a mother. It's very difficult.
It's really true. And also, I think they are like some countries, like I say, the most countries, you know, they are also under control of Israel, you know, the Zionists, because as I said, they own everything. They give money. They have the international bank. They have, you know, like from like every country have a land.
Yeah.
So how they can do something where they have a debit on them, you know, so they cannot. But it's really sad because as a ummah, especially I'm talking about the ummah, or ummah has to be one body actually.
Yeah.
You know, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said it, we are all one body. But unfortunately, it's really
it's really sad. It's difficult to see. I saw that you covered the viral interviews of Bassem Youssef did with Piers Morgan. How important do you think those interviews were to change the narrative? Because obviously the first one, it just blew up. And I'd never heard of him before. When I saw this interview, it was really, it was refreshing to see.
And such an impact that he did. So because I believe he is the first person who put, you know, who bring the truth really clear.
Yes.
Even with jokes. You know, he did some, like he had some humor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wait. Drink water. This will not go. Just a second.
The sister's going to get some water. This is a problem when you wear a niqab. You can't just drink. You have to go away and get some water and then come back. Yes, but if you've not seen the Bassem Youssef interviews, please go and watch them, because they're really, like I said, refreshing to see. The first one was, like you said, sister, it was like he was using humor, but he was using it in a way that it wasn't funny. Like you laughed, but then you also realized the realness behind the joke.
Yeah, as I said, he was the first person who said it directly. He put everything really clear that people really understand really good. So that's why I think it went viral, because the situation is so bad and he just showed it. He just said everything. And especially also because I believe he is also like Arab. He is from Egypt, and also he have the wife who is Palestinian.
Yeah.
So I believe he just came and he said the truth really clear and really easy that people understand. That is what I believe. It was really clear, and he said really so many truths.
Yeah, he pointed out that Israel have lied over decades and are targeting schools and hospitals. You know, and he showed the chart of, like, you know, the differences and the numbers, and it just really showed people that are not aware how close to home it is for some people.
Like, for example, also some stuff that I also just saw the first time when he said it, you know, it brings a lot of things that he said that it's really shocking, and then you say like, whoa, you know, is it this really going, it's happening now, really? And then you see it really clear. He made so many things like clear. Even if they are trying to manipulate and trying to do that propaganda and everything like this, but he put some really truth in the table.
Yeah, he did. Like I said, if you've not seen the interview, please go and watch it. I think it's got like 20 million views or something now, so it's done really well. It's reached a lot of people, which is good. That's one thing that you want to do, is reach a lot of people, so it has. Another person that went on was Mohammed Hijab, and he went on twice on Piers Morgan's show. What were your thoughts on what he said and how he carried himself?
So I believe he is a really educated person. He can talk really so good, and he have some education that it can help, because I don't know, but that person, he memorized so much, so he brings every year and every person, you know, like Dr. Zakir Naik.
Yeah.
He's like a little bit same, and he brings some evidences. He have always the evidences behind him, you know.
Yes.
And it's so good because they are the proofs.
Yeah.
And he have a really strong voice, and because he did 2 interviews, right, with Piers.
Yes.
And I don't know if you saw the second one. It was also
Yeah.
so good because it had that how he called
Rabbi Shmuley. Rabbi
Yeah.
Shmuley was on with him, yeah.
yeah. So he really give him. I cannot say it's really true. Like he always come really good with really educative words, and you just stay like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, he was really good. He sort of exposed to that there was no evidence of claims. You know, everybody's talking about the 40 babies, and he was like, "Where's this? You know, there's no evidence that this has happened."
Yeah.
And he was saying that like there's so much evidence to show what Israel is doing to Palestine, but from October 7th, there's not much proof. And it was good that he was saying these things because he was showing people that, you know, where is the proof? You can't just say these big claims. And Piers was constantly saying to him, do you condemn the IDF? October 7th, October 7th. And
Oh,
Mohammed
yeah.
Hijab,
This is the best part because I really loved something what Mohammed Hijab said. He said, without justice, there cannot be no peace. So I believe to have peace, it has to be justice. And it's really true. Because everyone say, oh, how can we, you know, how can we, how we can put peace on that land or something. You know, without justice, there is no peace. And this, he said it really good. When he said that, I said, yes, this is the answers of everything. Do you want to condemn Hamas, IDF? No, we just see the facts and the proofs since it started, since 75 years ago. And then we see, where's the justice? And then, when we have the justice, there is peace. Really. He made this statement really, really good.
Yeah, he is. And the second time that he was on was good as well with Rabbi Shmuley. He done really well there. It must have been difficult sitting next to someone that was so pro-Israel and you know, and just very clear on his path. But he done well the second time as well.
Really, I find it so good. Also, how he have that courage, you know, like to say all of this and be really like, you know, like they're straight and
very confident.
It's really good. It's really, I think he's really representative of the Muslims speakers, you know. Really, really good. Because this is the thing, he bring the facts, you know, he bring the proofs and the evidences and everything. That's why I think it was really good.
Yeah, no, he was right. You're right. Somebody else, Andrew Tate, talked about Palestine with Piers Morgan. Andrew Tate done that like a 2-part interview with him, and in the second part they talked about Palestine, and he's an important voice to have on our side. I don't know, did you watch that interview? What did you think of that?
So I think it came a little bit late. I think he did that interview late. So, but I still believe that he have a big influence on people. But it's late. It has been now like more than 1 month, and he came now to talk about it. But even that, he have a really big influence of young men, and this is. But I didn't see the whole interview. I was watching, and then I said, I just want really to watch the end, but after I didn't finish. But it's really important that everyone actually talks about it, and he is really. But the problem also, what he said is also something important. He said because of what they did, they put him really down, so it crushed everything. You know, he's now really like really without no power to talk, you know. So even that, if he talk about the Palestinian or the other problems around the world or about Islam or something, the problem is they shut him down all the time. And this is the problem, because if he will talk about Palestine directly in the beginning, when he became really famous about that of Islam and everything, it will go really like, it will change so much. But now I think the impact is less, because they all the time try him to put him down and to cut him off.
I think initially when October 7th happened, he did speak about it. He spoke about Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro. He spoke about things like that. But I think, again, that's why we have to give credit to Piers for allowing him to go on there and say what he felt about Palestine. Even though Piers was, I mean, you need to watch, I don't know if you've seen it all, but Piers was very adamant to get him to condemn Hamas, and Andrew Tate would not condemn Hamas. He just wouldn't do it.
I saw this, where he was trying all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, you can't force someone to say what they don't want to say, but you refuse to condemn the IDF, but you're forcing someone, you're shaming someone almost to condemn Hamas, but you won't do the same.
Yeah, it's really, you said it really right. It's like a shame, like it's unbelievable how he puts that. You almost say it, you know, you are almost forced to say it. It's really, subhanallah.
Yeah, and Andrew Tate done really well. He was like, I don't condone what they did, but they're freedom fighters. They're not terrorists. And like you said previously, if you've been oppressed for so many years, eventually people will fight back. If they did fight back, we don't know everything. And Andrew Tate also called this a genocide of Palestinians, and stated that Israelis been, radicalizing Palestinians for 8 decades. Do you think it is a genocide? It seems to be going that way.
Oh yeah, I believe, because if you take like a race of people or ethnic of people away from this world, of course it's a genocide, and this is what they are doing. They don't want no Palestinian, and this is, you can say, like, you can do some interviews of I am talking everyone who lives in Israel, because why they are okay with that, what is going on there. It's not just, they are also innocent people. I believe it's not true. I believe they are almost equal as the big ones over there. Some not. I cannot put all together, but some not. But the most, as far as I see in social media, so many people, they just want that to all the Palestinian and the Arabs. We say all the Arabs and Palestinian and Muslims. So they want just to take it away. And I believe it's a genocide. Yeah, I truly believe.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos as well about people, asking people in the street in Israel, and it's horrible what some people say. But there are people out there, there are Jewish people out there that are backing Palestine. There are people that are really trying to fight for Palestine.
There are some few there. I believe also this is true. But like, I think also it's really, if my country will do this, and even we cannot say that Israel is really the country, a country, because they just come and just take it, but we say, like, if my country will do this, and I was living like my grandparents or before they were living somewhere else in the world, I will go back to that place. I will not stay there if I am not agree with this, what they are doing. So it's really like, I see it's really evil what they do or what they are doing. It's really
it's disgusting. And there's some people that have been on Piers Morgan's show, like Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, that Rabbi Shmuley, and Israeli government officials as well have been on his show, and they don't show a shred of remorse. They don't hesitate, and they think that everything is justified. They keep coming up with reasons why it's okay. They're self-defense. They're just defending themselves. What do you think of these people? I mean, there's such evil acts are happening, and you don't want it to happen to you. You're talking about your own children, but you don't care about Palestinian children. It's not right on either side.
Yeah, it's right. So I believe what I was talking some few days ago with my husband is like, they said it. They said that the Palestinian, they are animals. So if you put this in people's mind, you know,
Yeah.
as they also in the war of Vietnam, they said they
Mhm.
are all parasites. Parasite. How you say it?
Parasites. Yeah.
Yeah, parasites. So you don't think them as equal as you. They will think as so much less, and it's easy to take them away and to kill them. So it's easy. It's much easy to talk bad about them and to say all of these things. So I believe they have this in the mind, what they put them, like they are nothing. They are not even animals. They are less than animals. So if you have this in your mind, you can say these words and you can say all of these bad things. And also what I believe, you can see it also in other countries, as in so many countries in Africa, where France and England and, you know, all these countries, they come there and just they take some stuff and they kill and they occupy these places, and they think that those people, they are less because of the color. This is also something, the same thing. They
Yep.
think just less and they can do whatever they want. So this is what I think they have in the minds. They have just in the minds they are like less than them, and they are allowed to do this. And
Yeah.
it's really easy when you have this in your mind. You just do it because they are worthy, you know, they are worthy of nothing. So you just do it. It's really so, you know, it's really so sad to see, but it's really everywhere in the world that people, they think like this.
Yes.
Or because of the color, or because from where you come, or because, you know, all the white people, they are much better than this is, and then it's easy to do them harm, you know, all these things. It becomes easy to do it. So this is what, and he said it, this general of, I don't know, from the IBF or something. He said it, they are less than animals, they are not human beings. So
I don't know how people can think like that. It doesn't, I can't, I don't understand it, because I could never think like that. I could never think like that about anybody, even someone. I don't hate anyone. There's nobody that I hate. But if I did hate someone, I would still never wish them harm. I would never wish anyone harm. So it's confusing for people like us to understand why they would want to do that. But talking about Piers, to cut him some slack, he has been critical of the Israeli Prime Minister and his team as far as Zionist supremacists have gone. He has sort of questioned the response that they've given by, you know, everything they've been doing to Palestine. And but then he does turn around and he'll say that Israel is defending itself. So he sort of goes between both. But it's clear that he does not condone what's happening. I think it's clear that he doesn't think what's happening is right, but he doesn't outright say it very much.
It's really hard, huh? It's really hard for those people. It's really hard just to say the clear and the truth. Well, it's like accepting Islam. People, they don't accept because, you know, it's really hard to accept the truth. It's really, subhanallah, subhanallah. It's really, really hard. And also, as I was also saying, like about the colors, I also mean also about when Hitler was killing the Jews. Also, he was also thinking they are less than him, and they killed so many. And also like how is the name? But so much they just think like this, and it's really hard. Like, I don't know, but it's really, I never even not I like, even I wasn't a Muslim yet, like before that I was a Muslim, I can never think that, but I was living with people like around me, they were thinking like this. I really see that, like, you know, that these white people, they think they are something, you know, I'm also white, but it's really so bad, you know, and especially when you hear it by your own, like you just have someone and some people, they say these things. It's really, you cannot even, I don't understand because everyone is here. It doesn't matter the color, the race, the nationality, it doesn't even matter. Everyone, Allah puts here, everyone for purpose, and yeah, we cannot just like and say like, well, yeah, I'm better than you. So who give you to think like that, you know.
Yeah, you're right. It's sad that there are people out there that think that, but there are people out there, and I think we have to accept that and just make sure that our voice is just as loud as their voice, so that we can fight for the people that can't fight for themselves. You've had sisters on the show like Rahma Zain and Nordine Giswani. Both have gone on the show to give a Muslim female perspective, and you and I covered those extensively. What do you think about those appearances and how important it is for our women to speak up about the oppression in Palestine?
I believe it's for everyone, but you know, now that I think about it, I say like it's important that women they talk, because of what I want to say something that they miss also to say. These persons that you said they miss to say what is really going on also about the women. Like for example, when they have the period, you know, all these things they are going through C-sections and everything like this. And it's really important to mention, because we have this time of the month that it's really difficult. We have pain, we have, you know, all these things, and we need so many things that these days, and nobody thinks about it. When you just hear it's a war there or something, you know, you don't think about these things. But when you just really specify these things, then people they can think and back, say like, yes, look, these difficulties that they are going through. And also like so many women they are giving birth, and you see just you know, as a mother now, before maybe if this will happen before I wasn't a mother, maybe I will think differently. But now I am a mother, I had now a baby, and he was also in the incubator. And I just think like, if the hospital had to shut off the electricity, I will get crazy, and I will be able to go and kill people. This is really true. The people who did this to my baby, I will certainly not want them alive. So what I see, it's something really, really hard that I cannot see. And you know, as a mother, and I went through that situation, it's really horrifical, and I cannot even say how I feel to see these things.
Yeah, no.
And you know, I said also about the woman, it's really important that you mention about the women's that times in a war, how we will do this, and all the time you are in fear, you are.
I know, and it is something I thought about actually. I did think about this a couple of weeks ago, and I was thinking about them, and I was thinking about the women, and I was like you said, I was like, when they have their time of the month, what are they going to do? You know, do they have facilities? Do they have a way to cleanse themselves? Like they probably don't have any of that. How difficult will that be? And then, like you said, women that have got C-sections or have given birth, they don't have time. There was a woman that I saw, I think she gave birth, her baby was like a couple of hours old. She was too scared to stay, and they just left. And I was like, she'd just given birth. The baby was only maybe 3-4 hours old.
How
and
can
they
she
left.
not? How can she leave?
I know.
Me, I had a C-section. I could not move. I could not move. I was in bed for 3 days. 3 days without moving. I had so much pain. It doesn't work. And especially without medication. How can it? Subhanallah. Subhanallah. People, they have really to imagine this. Because when you have a C-section, even normal, you have pain. You have pain. And that goes more faster than a C-section for some women. Some women, it's different. But for C-section, I cannot believe how people they can go directly. This is horrible. Subhanallah.
And I think some women have gone through that and not had any medication when they've had their C-section. There's no medication for them. But you know, Allah is with them. Their iman is so strong. Their faith is so strong. They really do believe in Allah. You see everything they're going through. They're still praying. They're still doing dua. Unfortunately, it's probably all they have. It's probably all they have left is to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make it easy on them.
I mean, really.
And I was just talking about the women that came on the show. I just wanted to say about Nardine, because whenever she's gone on, I don't know if you've noticed, she always seems to be sort of ganged up on, and she always seems to be quite like attacked almost, but she always holds her own.
Yeah,
And Rahma made a great impact also, and I think it would be great to have more sisters on. And
yeah.
well done to them for going on and speaking up.
This is really true. They were really strong. They were all the time, like, like, especially Rahma, is it
Yeah,
right? Yeah, she really said also like some true facts, and really like some stuffs also that I didn't know,
yeah,
and it makes it really clear also. But it's really hard when you are putting down, like, he was all the time attacking them, like
yeah,
putting them down in every single thing, and also this Hamas thing and everything like this. What they can say me, really, I will say, maybe I will go to prison or something for saying that. I will say directly, look, I don't condemn Hamas. I condemn the IDF. I condemn Israel. They are terrorist groups, and they just want the land, and they just want the gas. They just want everything all about that land, because of what they think they are better than anyone.
mm-hmm.
So this is what I will say, and then it will be finished, and he will have no show with me.
I know it's hard to say what you believe because you have to be careful what you say. It's true.
Yeah,
And even when we do our channels, you have to be careful what you say. Um, if you
yeah,
want to keep
really
going, if
true.
you want to keep having a voice, you have to say things in a very
Yeah,
smart way.
yeah. When I was doing that stories about Palestine, I was posting all the time and everything, and I got from Instagram like, we are deleting your stories, or you cannot post, or I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
What? Are you kidding me? To show you what is really going on, we are doing this. And look, imagine we are not really so famous
I
that,
know.
but they try to shut all it up, and also the famous, they try to threat them.
Yeah,
They like, shut your mouth, because if you don't shut your mouth, it will happen and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
It's true.
uh,
That's why this is important to have these conversations and to keep speaking about it, keep donating, and
yeah,
doing dua for them. There is a donation link in the description. Please donate whatever you can to help them. I do want to say that we don't. I know me and you, sister, don't agree with anybody passing away, anybody dying, anybody losing their life, or either on the Jewish side or on the Muslim
or
side. We
yeah,
don't condone anybody losing their lives. All innocent people are all innocent. And I've got nothing against the Jewish community. Like I said, there are Jewish people out there that are still helping, but it is
yeah,
important to say that anybody losing their lives isn't right. And what's happening in Palestine, I really do hope it stops. I mean, they had a couple of days of ceasefire, and you saw some of the videos coming out of there where them celebrating and eating and just being together, and it was so nice to see that instead of what we were seeing. Obviously things have changed again, but it's hard for them. May Allah make it easy on them.
I mean, but I think that ceasefire was so, I don't know
Late.
how I will feel, because you just feel like you have some couple of hours, and then it's done again,
Yeah,
and then it
yeah,
starts. Like, how you will think, like, these days, how they passed. Like, I hope they enjoyed, but how after you think like it's horrific. Like, you will think that it will start again.
yeah.
You hope for forever ceasefire, but it didn't
I know.
happen. So so hard. Like, and now they are just
Yeah,
taking everything away from Gaza. Like, they just want, and then that thing of, oh, they warn people before doing that. It's just like,
I
as
know.
Bassem, he said, it's really,
Oh, we
oh,
lost.
went
Oh,
off.
there you are. Yes. Yes.
As Bassem, he said, it's really cute from them. Never in the world this happened, that someone informed
Yeah,
before this happened. This is like, what? And also they are the only countries that they take prisoners, like killed kids and children as prisoners. This is, and then in this ceasefire that they had, it was because they were
They're in the hostages, yeah.
Yeah. So but then in the West Bank they took more than 200 hostage or prisoners. So what was that?
Yeah.
For what was it? Was
I know, it's sad, and I'm glad that we've done this, sister, to raise awareness. And please, everyone, keep raising awareness, keep talking about it, keep posting about it, keep donating. We have to keep demanding a ceasefire. Inshallah, we will get one. Yeah, it's hard, but sister, thank you so much for joining me. I'll make dua for you and your family also, and for all of our people in Palestine. And inshallah, things will ease for them.
Inshallah, we pray for them always.
Yeah. Yes.
And
thank you, sister, for joining me.
And for everyone in the world who is passing through hardship, because also Congo, Sudan, and everyone.
Yes.
So pray for everyone passing through an oppression, and this is really important also.
Yes, thank you. You're definitely right, sister. For all of us, all the Muslims that are going through hardship, for everybody that's going through hardship, yes, definitely make dua for them too. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking the time out of your family to have a chat with me. It was very kind of you. Thank you. And thank everyone for joining. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
With 100% Muslim-owned family business called One Ummah Clothing in the UAE. Get a Palestine hat to show support for our people over there. You can get one by clicking on the link in the description, and if you use the code MUM, you will get a 40% discount. They also have Mecca and Medina hats that represent two of the holiest cities in Islam. My brothers and sisters, we need to represent our religious roots and be proud of our Muslim heritage. And if we can look trendy while doing it, then even better. These hats are not just for the brothers. Sisters can get them for themselves or for their husbands or male family members. Remember to use the code MUM for your 40% discount. The link is in the description. One U Clothing is a Muslim-owned family business established to offer Muslims all around the world an alternative to haram brands. The company's shipping is based in the US, so before a purchase, non-US customers should sign up for a free shop and ship account. The link is in the description. This will allow non-US customers to save money on shipping. Go to the One U Clothing website to buy the products using the coupon code MUM, that's MUM.